What's up, everybody? It's your favorite hooker's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at ToyWorld's hook. He's fine, at least in this mode. We'll talk about it as it goes on. There is one issue here. We'll get to it in a second. First of all, deco-wise, all looks good. The black looks good. The silver looks good. The gray looks good. The red looks good. All the paint apps look well. This black actually is a different piece of plastic, but you know what I'm saying. Otherwise, everything looks alright. The purple translucent, it looks good. I could stand it to be a tad darker, but that's just me, and that's fine. The hook on the crane, we got a swivel here. This extends if you put your elbow into it. And the problem with the hook, first of all, ratchet it up to there and swivels here. So that's fine. Gets a little jammed up here at the foot, but it's not like you can't work around it. One problem that we do have to talk about with this mode is that. So the screws are put in there, there, and there, and as a result we get some major gappage here in the middle. Not the biggest deal, but it could have been avoided if they would have put some tabs at the top and bottom. They couldn't screw through the middle, obviously, because you have this bit, but still could have been avoided. And rolls like a champ. Rubber tires. Underside cleans up very well. With Tiger tracks, there they are together. So, good size. No complaints. Accessory-wise, you get the head for Devi. Very, very oxy. I wish, we'll talk about this later on, but I do wish that they had some options. But at the same time, I respect that they had the courage of their convictions in this regard. You get a bag of bits, including an extra elbow for scavenger. So that's okay, I suppose. And then an extra elbow piece there as well. So that's all good. And then we get the gun, which is a thing. It's black plastic, 2 pieces, and then the red is painted on. And the red looks good, to be fair. So let's do combine mode. Open this up, very similar to the G1. Undo these tabs here and here, which will allow you to split the legs. And then you want to rock down this tab here. Yeah, I thought there was and this tab here. And then you can close that back up and latch down the front 2 tabs. The top 2 center pieces come out, and then you want to flip. Good grief, that's a hard little bugger to get. How about we push there? Yeah, that works much better if I do it the way it's supposed to do. And this one over here. Move that out of the way, it'll help. And then you can put these back up. Take this piece and swing it around, and these 2 pieces up all the way. And then you want to combine this, or plug in these 2 to these 2. And then hopefully they'll line up to a point where you can latch these 2 gray pieces back down on top to hold that in place. And then your last couple steps are you open up these here and then open up this top part. This top part is really in there because of the latching tab. Same on this side. I feel like this one's harder because you can't get the you can't get a little lip to get in, so to speak. And then you drop your combiner arm bits down in there, and then you can fold that up and push that down. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it out for now. And then the front piece, the wing piece, plugs in maybe here. I'm not sure. There's another piece that comes around, wraps, it plugs in down there, I believe. We'll look at that when we combine them. And then you can take your head and plug that in up here. And you got your Devi. And it's pretty cool. Very G1 reminiscent. You know, I hope it all plugs in. We'll have known by now, by the time you watch this. Hope it all sorts itself out well, but not bad. Alright, so all I did was unconnect it and get it back to this point. You can fold in these tabs. Bring these feet out. Split the legs. Come around to the bottom. Open this up here. Just kind of get it out of the way. And then rotate the legs 180. Come on, girl. Bring the feet down. And then on the back, just fold this piece in. You can fold in your tabs. And I guess you can even do a couple things there, but we're just going to do like that. Fold this in. This is thinner plastic here, so just be aware. For the top bit, open these up here. Bring the elbows up and around, which leaves this like this. Rotate these 180 degrees. And then bring down your elbow. It doesn't feel good, I'll be honest with you. Good night. Ooh, I'm scared to push that much further.
Now we've reached the part of our show where one could make an innuendo joke. Not someone as highbrow as myself, of course. You might say, I'm too big for that.
Ooh. You just gotta push it, but that does not feel good. Flip out your hands. I'll get a tool. Thumb is off. See if I have any luck on the other side. Good night. That's one. Let's see if I can get this other one. Two. Not pretty. Connect the waist by folding it back on top of itself. Get the arms oriented the best you can. Rotate your tire pieces around so that they sit like that. Bring these pieces up. This is just... Oh, they plug into the back there. Hold on. Fold in your little thing there, so to speak. Open this. Fold the head up. And then this is on a double hinge, and that folds up. I'll get them cleaned up. Oh, spin the waist. There you go. I'll get him cleaned up and we'll take a look at him. So let's talk about him. Does he hold his accessory? For one, ooh, come on. Yes, he does. It is a tight fit, but he will hold it. So that's good. We'll open that up. It pops right out. It's poorly toleranced. It's not the best tolerance, but it does work. Alright, head. We're on a hinge swivel, which is good. The neck piece I wish locked in a little bit better, but not bad. You get a good down, a good up. Backpack gets in the way a little bit. The stuff up here hinders it a bit, but all in all, it looks good. Red light piping, not a fan, but they did it. I would have much preferred that red paint. That looks great along the top of the visor there. The middle section, we got this translucent piece here. I hope this pops out as easily as people are saying that the others do. So you can put a nice Decepticon logo on there. Otherwise, that looks okay. Silver paint down there, kind of plain, but it's fine. Shoulders, we have a universal joint here, and it's on a hinge. So it's a universal joint on a hinge. So you get up to there, down to there. You get the swivel, and then you get the additional hinge inside the shoulder for the universal. That gets you up to there. These things here, you can kind of do what you want with them. I prefer them up a little bit. And then you got a bicep swivel. Just one little dash of silver paint there, which is a little plain. The arms look a little plain in general, but they're okay. Elbow, single hinge, gets you 90 degrees. Wrist, swivel, individual ball joints, making the crazy weird finger sculpt for each knuckle. Not my favorite, but I'm not going to harp on it because I've already kind of made my criticism about it, so it's not really fair to bang them all for the same thing, if you know what I mean, so to speak. Waist swivel. Not bad. A little loose maybe, but not terrible. Articulation's the same for the other side, and the tolerances all feel the same as well. Once I got this ball jointed thumb back in, it's fine. A little loose, but it's fine overall. Waist flaps, we got the little bit of yellow paint there. That looks good. They're on hinges, so you can get them up and out of the way on both sides. To reveal the universal joint, they get you up to there and out to there. So that's good. Just gray plastic there, not a lick of paint. Gray. I think that might be a piece of plastic in there. Thigh swivel at the universal, that works fine. We got a ratcheted knee joint, but you got to lose some of your cleanup here in order to use it. But all in all, I don't mind it. It just sits flush up against the back of the bot, so it really doesn't bother me at all. And it's a great range of motion on it, so I'm okay with that. Down here, once again, this all looks a little plain to me, but it's fine. For the foot, we have a rocker, but you get much more out than you do in, which is what you want. But it is there, and then you get a slightest bit of ankle tilt as well, and then an additional toe tilt, so that's all good. And that's this guy in a nutshell. His backpack is there, but it's hook. You know, there's not a whole lot you can do there unless you take the thing off, and I don't see an easy way to do that. Not to say that it's impossible, just saying that I don't necessarily see it. Maybe it is, but I don't think it's bad even with it on. Size comparison wise, I do feel like he's a little big. You know, that's the problem that you run into with scale with combiners, because a lot of people are really happy about the Devastator combined scale, and I totally get that. The problem is that in order for that to kind of work, the bots have to be kind of bigger than they should be. But it doesn't bother me a ton. I just think it's worth noting. Now, it looks like Toyworld is ramping up to kind of re-establish a scale. Like they have cone heads that are coming that are a little bit bigger. They have Optimus Prime that's coming that's a little bit bigger, and so on and so forth. I'm not sure that's the best move for them, just speaking honestly. But for that scale, maybe these Constructicons will work better. As it is, it's a little on the big side, but I don't think it's hatefully so. All in all, I think this one works better than the leg bots, but it's still, you know, I still definitely see how it's $100 because it's like there's there is some paint minimalization going on here. There is some weird joint tolerances and some like general like just overly blockiness that I wish would like be a little bit cleaner. But for what it's worth, all in all, this does a pretty good job of doing what it's supposed to do. The only real complaint I have are the joint tolerances. Some are a little too loose, like the legs. I mean, like the swivel here and the some of the finger joints. Some of them are a little tight, like the feet and the universals. So it's just it hasn't quite hit that sweet spot. But not for nothing, pretty solid unit overall. I like it. I like it much better than I like Scrapper or Mixmaster, and I think that it's at least on par with the other ones, if not better. Pretty good unit. I like the facial expression. I like the little character things like that they did with this guy. The likeness is there, both in alt mode and robot mode. The articulation's there. Sometimes the tolerances hinder you from getting it easily, but it is there in all fairness. Not a ton of paint, but where the paint is applied, it's clean, it's sharp, and it's crisp, so I like all that. I don't really have the transformation, straightforward, not overly complicated. There's that... There's a few bits that are hard to move, you know, where they should be, but that's, once again, that's tolerance thing. That's fine, that sweet spot in that tolerance thing. It lacks the MP feel, but it has the MP look. So I'll take it. I think it's a pretty good representation of Hook. Definitely going to do well on my shelf in robot mode. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.